The other day, someone asked, how do I best segment a list of 2,500 leads? I have a database of cold 2,500 leads. Some are 6 months old. Others go back as 5 years. I don't want to invest in any new leads. I need to focus on re-engaging and converting these. How do I prioritize and segment these? What smart list do I use? Do I use any automations? What re-engagement campaign do I use? If you have any workflows or tips, what do I do? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this. 1, create smart lists to identify leads so that you're focusing and prioritizing leads based on activity. Don't waste your time cold calling 2,500 leads who have literally done nothing. So I'm going to walk you through how to create these. So in Follow Up Boss, click on People, and we're going to create some smart lists. So start with some basics. And again, this smart list is most beneficial if you use some type of website or integration tool or IDX that integrates with Follow Up Boss where you can track activity. Create a smart list where last activity is less than 14 days ago. Phone is good. Let's just start with those two and see how many people you get. If the list is large, then you can lower it more. So for us, we come up with 210 people, and we will sort by last activity, new to old. And when we see that, we see some people who show up today. Now, if your list is not large and you have 0 or only a couple of people, then we come up with a problem of maybe you don't have a website that integrates with Follow Up Boss or some other outside integration, and you will want to take advantage of something else I'll show you in a little bit. If this list is still large, then what I recommend doing is adding another filter like talk time is greater than 3 minutes. The reason you would do this is now you're prioritizing people that actually pick up the phone and will talk to you. So you are prioritizing people that you will most likely pick up your phone call. Another filter you can do is make sure you're filtering people that are still staged as lead, not reached, or attempted contact, for example, or your hot, warm, or colds. For example, you could use, depending on what stages you use, your stage names may differ. We use hot, warm, cold. You might use nurture or attempted contact. So those are some examples. This all kind of depends on other technologies you might integrate, but you also could use, like if you use, if you use some type of scoring tool. If you use EasyVerify, they score leads. If you use Fellow, they score leads. They'll add a custom field in Follow Up Boss, and they score a leads, usually on a scale of 0 to 100. And you can say only show people with the score of higher than 80, for example, and you can filter people that way as well. Next, use a tool like Verify, by Call Action, EasyVerify. Those two integrate with Follow Up Boss and check in real time. Or if you don't want to pay for an outside integration, then you can DIY it by using a tool like Quick Email Verification or Zero Bounce to find the bad emails before we start emailing people. So if you use Quick Email Verification, like this, you can pay really cheap per credit to export your leads from Follow Up Boss, import into a tool like this or Zero Bounce, and check for bad emails. And then for the emails that are bad, they get labeled as invalid or spam traps. You can tag them in Follow Up Boss. If you've never done this before or you need instructions, I will include a link for how to access our guide for setting up Follow Up Boss. And in that guide, it shows you how to scrub your database. Or you can comment the word guide and I will show that as well. Okay, another tip is if you use a tool like Real Scout, Fellow, Rooster, Ylopo, or Easy Home Search for nurturing leads, you're not generating leads, but you're using those for nurturing leads, take advantage of their nurturing functionalities. Double check, have you set up your existing leads in Follow Up Boss to go over to these tools? You may have set up the integration, but I can't tell you how many people I've talked to and we've done a quick little check or audit and they haven't sent any of their existing database over to those tools, and they're paying for these tools, but not one of their leads in Follow Up Boss has been pushed over to those tools. So make sure you audit that yourself or you get on a call with the support staff at one of those places. Make sure you've pushed over your leads there and they're actually being nurtured on those tools. And then if they are, take advantage of the integrations. I won't go into the details of how to take advantage of those integrations because that is just hours of content. But depending on the integration you're using, they push over tags to follow us based on behaviors being tracked. And you can create smart lists from those tags. And you can see here on these collections, we've got Real Scout lists, which track high priority and other engagements. We've got Rooster lists, Fellow lists, Ylopo lists, Easy Home Search, HomeBot. There are others I forgot to mention. You can track all of that activity in Follow Boss. And in fact, I've created videos for practically almost every integration for these conversion tools, and they're in our YouTube channel. So if you just go to our YouTube channel, if you go to youtube.com/@ElenaKey, if you just go to the search bar and type in, for example, Ylopo, 3 automations to utilize with Ylopo, or why use automations if you already use Nurture tools. You can also search Fellow, and I have specific examples for taking full advantage of Fellow. Same thing for Real Scout. I show specific examples for tools to use with FUB and Real Scout and tags to use with FUB and Real Scout. At the time of recording this video, it's not posted yet, but by the time you see this video, you'll be able to search Easy Home Search as well. So I've practically made videos step-by-step for all of those nurture platforms. So there's really no need for me to reinvent that I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. For me to reinvent that wheel and recreate all of those how-tos. I also did it for Rooster. Just search your platform. If your platform is not on our YouTube channel, comment below this video and request it. I'll do research and see if we can create it. Rooster, HomeBot, I'm sure I'm still missing some others. Next, okay, you may not want to generate new leads and do ads for lead generation, but you can create remarketing ads for do-it-yourself super cheap. I do it myself and I only spend $1 a day, which totals $30 a month. So me personally, $30 a month is so worth it. And I do remarketing ads myself through a platform called Street Text. I don't do it myself through the Facebook Ads Manager. I do not recommend it for you either. It is such a pain and they changed their rules and regulations and it's not worth it. The cost for Street Text is 100% worth it. There's not many platforms I will sign up and pay for on a monthly basis. Street Text is one of them. And I signed up for them and I use their ads bundle to do it. And like I said, I only spend $1 a day on their platform. So I'll show you what I mean. So in Street Text, there's something called ad bundles, where each time you create a new ad that you want to create retargeting ads for, you can add it so that people aren't getting ad fatigue and they aren't seeing the same ad over and over again. You can see here, it's kind of hard to see. I have a total of 60 ads I'm rotating. So I have a total of 2 months worth of ads before an ad is repeated. I change it out every day. And it's a combination of testimonial shorts and videos, a CTA, it's sort of like jab, jab, hook, freebies and a testimonial graphic, another CTA, like a jab, jab, hook again, testimonial graphic, blog post, and so on. So much content. This was not created overnight, just like our YouTube videos were not created overnight. This YouTube video will probably turn into a social media post, which will probably turn into a remarketing ad. That will probably turn into a value given thing to be a jab before another hook. So this will turn into ad number 61, for example. So we've got 3 different remarketing bundles because we have our flagship product, which is why there's so many ads in this ad bundle. It has 60, soon to be 61. We have our second product offering, which is a transaction management setup. And then our third, we are advertising an in-person event, which will probably be done and over by the time this video is posted in August. So we are remarketing to our audience right now for that as well. So I recommend taking advantage of remarketing. And whenever you have a remarketing ad through a platform like Street Text, or you can use remarketing through Ylopo, you don't have to sign up for lead generation services through Ylopo. You can just do remarketing through Ylopo, or you can use a white glove service through like Dippity or Asterisk Marketing. Anytime someone engages with those platforms and remarketing ads, depending on what the CTA is on the remarketing, whether it's to come to your website or to fill out a form, that activity should get tracked in Follow Boss and be added to this last activity smart list here that I showed you how to create for you to reach out. And if it's a lead ad form, even if it's a remarketing ad and they're filling out a form, depending on what the CTA is, like if they're requesting a guide or if they're looking, if it's a listing for sale, even though if it's a remarketing ad, you can still do a listing for sale ad. You can create automations in Follow Boss, which is my next 2 tips. Create automation in Follow Boss. That's a drip campaign via email. And then if you are using Street Text, add on their conversations, which is text drip. So you can initiate email drip and text drip at the same time, which is what we do. We create automations for, let's just say it is a listing for sale. We have texting drip for a new buyer lead is what it's called, but it's like a property inquiry for email and texting. And they might come in with a new lead if they're going to be using a new email address as well, even though it's a remarketing ad. So lots of cool stuff you can do with remarketing ads, requesting guides, a list of homes for sale, one particular home for sale. Take advantage of those remarketing ads. Also, speaking of Street Text and all the wonderful things they're doing, they also added on data enrichment. So if they are a homeowner, they will search if they have a property for sale, if they own a property, and you can find that. And then you can plug them into a platform like Real Scout or Fellow to nurture them and send them the automated evaluation report. And if they look at the automated evaluation report, well, guess what? That pushes a tag over, and then you can create an automation and a smart list, which is why I mentioned the YouTube video for tips for automations to create in Follow Boss with Real Scout, or if you search Fellow, same thing, creating the automations there. Another tip is take advantage of a tool like Mailbox Power. I'll stop share for a second. Take advantage of a tool like Mailbox Power for sending over postcards with a QR code. You can either send a QR code if you have your own tools, or if you use something like Real Scout or Fellow, a landing page to a QR code to a landing page to request their home value report. And then those leads push over to Follow Boss. And then, or if it's an existing lead, then the activity pushes over to Follow Boss, goes over to that smart list for recent activity, initiates an automation, all that fun stuff. You can slowly warm up those cold leads and send emails, but it's sort of very low on my list because of the risk involved. I've created a few different videos involving this process that I will include in the description on YouTube, and in if you're watching this on social media, in the description in social media of best practices, email best practices, why you shouldn't just batch email people all of a sudden and spike up your emails, and then as well as like batch applying action plans, but the risks involved in that as well. But start out with like 10 people a day, and then 20 the next week, and then 30 the next week. But prioritize the content you're sending. Don't just send random content. Segment your database by lead type. Filter by email is good. Scrub your email database through a platform like Zero Bounce or EasyVerify, Verify, or quick email verification. Exclude people tagged as unsubscribed. Plain text emails, limit your links, and provide value. I also do not recommend sending cold outreach to older leads via texting. So in that question, it said, do you have recommendations for a re-engagement via texting? Don't send a re-engagement via texting if the lead's older than 90 days. That's very high risk for completely ruining your phone number, especially in Follow Boss. And once you ruin it, it's hard to resurrect it. So that's a quick recap for how to segment and prioritize and re-engage your database. Smart list based on activity. Scrub your database for bad emails. Take advantage of integrations that are for nurturing and conversion. Remarketing ads. All of that activity gets tracked in Follow Boss for creating automations and smart lists. Use a data enrichment tool. Use Mailbox Power or something like it. Again, all of that activity gets tracked via smart list automations. Everything comes back to a common theme that you can see throughout this video: smart list and automation, smart list and automation, smart list and automation to track behavior. We are prioritizing behavior over just random cold outreach. We need a reason to reach out. You can slowly reach out to leads via batch emails, but that is the lowest activity on the list, lowest likely activity that will result in good results. We have a stale action plan for old leads. It averages about a 17% response rate, engagement rate, but I am a bigger fan of the other activities. And that is it. So if you are not a client of Key Technology and you would like help with setting up Follow Boss with these smart list and automations and all of these integrations and all of this fun stuff I am mentioning, and it just feels a little bit overwhelming to you, scan this QR code to learn more. We provide a setup in Follow Boss, and you will be taken to our link tree to learn more about our two products. We have the main flagship product that's been around since 2020, where we help agents and teams and brokerages set up Follow Boss for lead conversion, lead nurture, past clients and Sphere, daily workflows, best practices, and training. Then we have a second product that we now offer since 2024 for transaction management, if you want to use Follow Boss for transaction management, plus all of these platforms that you can take advantage of for integrations.